What if you could launch a business, a real one, that actually makes money? Not in a year, not even in a month, but this weekend. I know, it sounds kind of crazy, but that's the powerful idea behind Noah Kagan's $1 Million Weekend. And in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how you can do it. Let's dive in.
This quote from Steve Jobs, it just nails what we're talking about today. It's not about having some flawless business plan. It's about having the guts to actually do something, to just start, to just ask. So let's get real for a second and ask the most important question there is. What's actually stopping you? Because figuring that out, that's the first real step forward. When you think about starting, it can feel like there's this giant wall in front of you, right? It's made of all these doubts and excuses and fears. So let's get honest and just look that wall right in the face. Yeah? Do any of these sound familiar? I don't have good ideas. I don't have enough time. My personal favorite? I just need to do a little more research. Or the ultimate dream killer. But how is it going to scale? These voices, they feel real. But here's the secret. They aren't actually the problem. They're just symptoms of something deeper. The good news is you can take that whole laundry list of excuses, and it really just boils down to two things, just two core fears. On one hand, you've got the fear of starting. You know, that little voice that says you need to plan more, research more, which just traps you in a cycle of doubt. And on the other hand, you've got the fear of asking, that feeling in your gut that's terrified of hearing no, so you never ask for the sale or for help. These two, these are the real villains of the story. Okay, so we've named the villains. How do we beat them? Well, it's not some complicated strategy you need an MBA for. It's actually a really powerful but really simple shift in how you think. And this is the core principle now, not how. It's about building a habit of taking action right now, instead of getting completely stuck and paralyzed by figuring out how it's all going to work. Just do something now. See, most of us are taught to think first, plan everything out, and then act later. But that's all just guessing, right? It's speculation. Successful entrepreneurs, they just flip that script. They act first and figure out the details as they go. Why? Because that real-world feedback you get from doing something, that's worth 1,000,000 times more than any plan you could write. And this quote from Sean Puri just hits the nail on the head. It's not about having one big, perfect idea that works on the first try. Success is what happens when you just keep experimenting over and over again. So what are we even aiming for with these experiments? Forget about fuzzy goals like become a billionaire. You need a real, concrete target. Kagan calls it the freedom number. It's a simple monthly income goal you need to live life on your own terms. It turns freedom from a dream into an actual number you can hit. So what was Noah Kagan's big, scary number when he was in his 20s? Was it millions? Nope. It was $3,000 a month. That's it. That was the amount he needed to be free to work on whatever he wanted from wherever he wanted. And the math behind it was so simple. $1,000 for housing, $1,000 for food and fun, and $1,000 to put away for the future. That's it. When you break it down like this, it suddenly feels possible, right? So take a second. What's your number? All right, so we've got the mindset on lock. Now let's get into the playbook. This is the nuts and bolts of it all, the $1 Million Weekend's 48-hour challenge. The whole process is really just 3 simple steps. Number 1, find a problem that real people have. 2, cook up a solution for it. And 3, and this part is absolutely critical, validate it by pre-selling it. Yep, that means getting people to pay you before you've even built the thing. Now, to see this whole thing in action, let's look at one of Kagan's own experiments. He called it the Sumo Jerky Challenge, and the goal he set for himself was kind of insane. Make $1,000 in pure profit in just 24 hours, starting a brand new beef jerky company from absolute scratch. So his first plan was to sell individual bags of jerky. The math looked okay, you know? Sell for $20, it cost you $15, you make $5 profit. But to hit that $1,000 goal, he would have had to make 200 sales in one day. Suddenly, that feels like a pretty huge mountain to climb. He realized that plan was probably a dead end, so what did he do?
He pivoted. This is so important. Instead of selling one bag to one person, he thought, wait a minute, what if I sell subscriptions to entire businesses for their office snacks? That simple idea changed everything. And look at how this new model changed the math. The sale price for a subscription was $120, with $30 of profit. So now, to hit that same $1,000 goal, he didn't need 200 sales. He only needed 33. Now, that sounds way more doable. And what was the result? He didn't just hit the goal, he blew right past it, making over $1,100 in profit. It just proves that you don't find the perfect business plan by thinking about it. You find it by starting, by doing, and by being ready to change course. You see, this isn't just about a fun weekend challenge or making a quick buck. It's about building the engine for your own freedom, starting with that very first dollar. So what does success really look like for you this weekend? Forget a fancy website, forget a perfect logo. The only thing that matters, the golden rule is this. Find 3 people in 48 hours who will actually give you money for your idea. If you can do that, you don't have an idea anymore. You have a business.
Still feeling a little hesitant? I get it. So here are 2 tiny little experiments you can try today to build up that ask muscle. First, the dollar challenge. Just ask a friend to invest $1 in your future business. Or try the coffee challenge. Next time you buy coffee, just ask for 10% off. The point isn't the money, it's the practice. It's realizing that a no isn't going to break you.
Every weekend is a new opportunity. You've got 52 chances this year to run a small experiment that could change everything. So forget about next month or next year. The only question that really matters is this one. What's the one experiment you can start today?